the tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do. If you've ever found yourself scrolling through social media, feeling overwhelmed by the demands of the modern world, or even comparing yourself to a co-worker who recently bought a house or a friend who is getting married, then you, my friend, are in the right place. If you've been wondering why you can't just let go of things or wish you could just care less about everything, I got you. You see, long before the problems we face today, some sages called the Stoics lived by moral precepts that might teach us how to become experts at not caring too much. Isn't that ironic? That age-old knowledge can direct our smartphone-obsessed, coffee-fueled lifestyles. Well, let's see how the following 9 simple yet profound ways could be just the antidote you need to get to that "I really don't care" stage. 1. Cultivate inner riches. In this day and age of lavish Instagram feeds and continual displays of wealth, it's simple to confuse happiness with material possessions. Seneca, however, said, "It's not the man who has little but the man who craves more that is poor." Designer labels and the newest technology are not indicators of true riches. It's the treasure of memories, the richness of experiences, and the contentment of the soul. While it's acceptable to appreciate life's little pleasures, do not let them control you. Ultimately, what matters are the memories you've made, not the material things you have amassed. 2. Accept change as nature's course. Have you ever noticed how the seasons shift with such ease? The cold of winter melts to reveal the splendor of spring. However, we resist when faced with life's changes, such as a move, a breakup, or a change in jobs. As Epictetus easily put it, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life is fluid like a river. It changes all the time. It is exhausting to fight against the current, but accepting it, that's where you find real freedom. Just like Rome wasn't built in a day, you are a work of art in progress. If you want to be the first to uncover more pearls of wisdom like these, subscribe to our channel. You gain some wisdom, I challenge you to grow into the most ideal version of yourself. Like I was saying, change is as natural as breathing. Every change, every twist and turn adds a unique brush stroke to your canvas. Even the most difficult changes, such as adjusting to loss, are just that, changes. It's true, losing anything is difficult, be it a loved one, a treasured memory, or a favorite hoodie. But as Marcus Aurelius once said, loss is just change, and change is the delight of nature. Everything in the vast ecology of existence has a season. Trees lose their leaves only to sprout new ones. Life too has beginnings and endings, each shaping and teaching you. Stoicism encourages you to recognize the transience of life rather than clinging to the past. It's an exhortation to love truly, live fully, and let go with grace. After all, every sunset gives way to a sunrise. So, the next time you're faced with an unexpected detour, remember, it's all part of the grand design. 3. Control what's within, release what isn't. Imagine it's a cold Tuesday morning. As you're about to sip from your perfectly brewed cup of coffee, your cat knocks it over. The old you could have cried foul, accusing the universe or even the cat for conspiring against you. But consider this Stoic concept for a moment. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. The fact is that things do happen. Cats can be mischievous and spill coffee. You almost always won't prevent it. But what do you have control over? Your responses. You can choose to laugh it off and make another cup, rather than allowing your mind to make up a bleak picture of the day ahead. The world will continue to throw you curveballs, but you alone own the power to respond to them. So the next time your pizza arrives cold or your Wi-Fi acts up during that important Zoom call, take a big breath. Your perception of the cold pizza is what unsettles you, not the pizza itself. This principle echoes the notion of controlling what's within and releasing what's without. Seneca's wisdom underscores that your suffering often arises from your interpretations and reactions rather than the external events themselves. Stoicism invites you to grasp the reins of your responses, recognizing that the power lies not in preventing the rain, but in choosing how to dance in it. Whether it's a spilled cup of coffee, or a glitchy Wi-Fi connection. Your interpretation holds the key to your serenity. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts and reactions, you cultivate a resilient mindset, ready to face life's unpredictable weather with a calm and centered spirit. 4. Embrace the present moment. Marcus Aurelius once mused, "Do not let the future disturb you, for you will arrive there if you nurture your present." We're living in the 21st century. Our minds are racing faster than our internet speed, and our phones are always ringing with notifications. But what do we frequently miss? The present. Do you remember the times you strolled through a park but were preoccupied with your responsibilities for the next day? Or those family meals when your mind would wander to regrets from the past? The Stoics taught us that today is a gift, and this moment right here now is even a grander one. So why waste it fretting over the past or the future? Being present goes beyond just attentiveness. It's about living life to the fullest, fully savoring your food, spending time with friends, and feeling the breeze on your face. Stop worrying about tomorrow and the regrets of yesterday. In the grand tapestry of our lives, it's the little moments woven together that make up our happiness. 5. Detach from external validation. With all the likes, shares, and comments on social media these days, it's easy to get ensnared in the mesh of external validation. But consider this profound insight by Epictetus. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. Isn't it odd that you allow little icons on a screen, a compliment or lack thereof, control how you feel? Stoicism exhorts you to look within for your own fulfillment. Your worth should be determined by your character, behavior, and personal values rather than by your social media following or other people's opinions about you. So, the next time your post doesn't receive the anticipated amount of attention, someone sends you a rude message in your DM, or you get those "we were talking about you" looks when you walk by a group of people, remember this: your value is not determined by the general public. You are your own jury and judge. Rather than taking away from the significance of your own ideals, deeds, and character, this disengagement from external validation puts them front and center. Stoicism encourages you to develop a confident self-worth based on your inherent qualities, instead of pursuing validation in the fleeting world of social media. Essentially, Stoicism teaches you to free yourself from the caprices of social media approval and realize that true happiness stems from living a life that is consistent with your moral principles. You can free yourself from the erratic opinions of the virtual world by grounding your sense of self-worth inside. This builds a resilient attitude that endures despite changes in the digital sphere. Even though the icons on the screen change, or that much awaited, your beautiful never comes. Your self-worth remains intact. 6. Seek growth in adversity. Who hasn't encountered difficulty? Perhaps it's that horrible employer, the never-ending mountain of bills, or the consistently late metro. While it's simple to gripe and wish that life were a little bit kinder, Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Think of challenges as life's personal gym sessions for your soul. When hurdles appear, instead of asking "why me?" ask "what's this teaching me?" Every adversity carries a lesson, a potential for growth. It's just a matter of perspective. So, change your attitude towards hardships. When adversity comes knocking, liken yourself to a resilient seedling determined to breach the surface through the fissures of hardship. Challenges, rather than insurmountable barriers, serve as the nurturing soil for the cultivation of your inner fortitude and sagacity. View adversity not merely as a formidable opponent, but as an invaluable mentor, sculpting the contours of your strength and wisdom. In the tapestry of life's complexities, envision yourself as that tenacious seedling, persistently forging its path through the cracks, resilient and enriched by the very challenges that seek to impede its growth. 7. Understand and accept fate. I'm not saying you should blindly accept everything, but as Epictetus pointed out, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen. With all of its complexity, life is a combination of human efforts and the plans of the universe. Even with your greatest efforts, things don't always work out as planned. Stoicism encourages you to accept what's on your plate, rather than becoming bogged down by what didn't go as planned. Ultimately, the most riveting narratives frequently originate from the most unforeseen angles. 8. Reflect, review, and realign. The bustling world doesn't often grant us pauses. Yet, as Marcus Aurelius noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Regular reflection is the mirror of your soul. You can recognize your tendencies, realign your roots, and renew your perspectives by taking a moment to introspect. Think of it as your life's regular system update. Reflect on your behavior, learn from mistakes, and acknowledge little victories. You clear the way to genuine contentment and calm by getting to know yourself. Do you want to learn more Stoic skills to navigate life like a pro, only caring about things that truly matter? Watch the next video for more wisdom.